This is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it today because we are joined by the one, the only Kari Wells.
Thank you, David. Thank you. So where are you?
I was going to say, I'm in the Hamptons for the whole summer. I have not stepped foot back in New York. I have not left hardly ever. Where are you?
I am in Aspen and I'm here until further notice because my son is going to school out here. I still have my house in Atlanta, but I'm loving it. Like I'm living the dream out here. So I'm here.
Every single person I know, well, not everyone, but a lot of people from the Hamptons have left now that it is September, and they are literally in Aspen right now as we speak. So
yes,
there you go.
With Ramona yesterday. And she has, I guess she has an amazing house in the Hamptons. I've not seen it, but she and I had lunch and she was saying how much she loves Aspen. She's out here for 2 weeks. She flew in on my flight. And so she's been doing like the Aspen social scene, doing all the tourist things to do. And she and I sat down for lunch and talked some amazing stories about all the ins and outs of the shows and some of the behind the scenes stuff, and shared, common stories. So it was really nice to sit down and have a chat with her.
You know, it's really funny when I said everyone I know that is now in Aspen. Ramona was the main person I was thinking of. Yeah, she has.
Yeah, she's promoting Aspen like nobody's business because she's at Kimosabi. She's doing the hike. She's doing the lunches. She's having a great time. So.
And did you enjoy speaking to her? I'm sure she spoke to you about Real Housewives of New York,
yes,
the legacy show.
She has a lot of stories, a lot of history. She's done it for a long time. She's had the ups and downs, but yeah, it was nice. It was nice to talk with her.
That's good. I mean, lunch with Ramona, did you at least have a glass of wine? Did you at least have a glass of Pinot Grigio?
Well, no, not her Pinot Grigio. We both had spicy margaritas, which they make amazing down at the Ajax Tavern. So we had a couple of those. And
do you miss the ATL while you're in Aspen, or no, you just love it?
God, Atlanta has everything. I mean, choice. You can't miss, anything you want, any time of the day or night, Atlanta has. Here, not so much, but it has, for a small town, it has a lot of culture, it has museums, it has art shows. There's a big jazz festival going on this weekend, fabulous restaurants. I mean, it's like New York. You can't have a bad meal here. But I do miss a lot about Atlanta, obviously my friends, and that's why I'm going to keep my place there so I can go back when I'm feeling a bit nostalgic or homesick. I can fly back. But I do feel my home is here because my sister lives here, and I always had a home here before I met my husband. And so, yeah.
Wow. Well, you have to keep your home in Atlanta so you can go back and film. I mean, season 9, Married to Medicine, like you have truly been a part of the show off, in one way or another since the beginning. Like, did you ever think you would be here? Did you ever think the show would be here? I mean, it's 9 seasons later.
Oh, it's been a lot because every season is different, as you know. And like in the beginning, we didn't really know what the show was going to be about because it's just doctors and doctors' wives, and we're just filming our lives. But for it to be such a hit, like, going on 10 years, it's pretty amazing.
It is pretty amazing. Every season is so different. What just looking back at your experience, like, does something stick out as like the high, like just there's so many different things. Like,
it's been really interesting for me because, you film a lot more than they show. It's only a 45-minute show. And a lot of my scenes have not been shown this season. And I'm not sure why. I'm thinking it's because I went against like one of the main cast members, and they'll always try and protect the main cast. Like in the beginning, when we started filming, it was Mariah, because Mariah was partially, one of the producers of the show. So they're not going to make her look bad. So I felt on season 1, I looked terrible. Like people didn't really get to know the true me. I think they showed me more as being a bit snobby or a bit elitist because of my accent, but I'm, as people have gotten to know me over the years, they know that I'm a lot more down to earth than maybe I was shown in the beginning. And I get people, writing to me all the time and saying, oh, it's so nice to get to know the real you. Because in the beginning, I don't think I was cast in a realistic light. And that happens also, so every year someone will get a bad season, so to speak, because they'll be, they won't be aired in the best light. And of course, you're responsible for what happens on camera because it's you filming, but it can also be shown, in a certain light that makes people look bad. And I felt that has happened with me, in the beginning, that happened with me, I would say.
What about this season? Why do you think like, or well, are you shocked that we haven't seen more of you, that like a lot of your scenes are cut? And
Well, because it may come out in the end. Why? Because there's definitely some jaw-dropping moments that happen this season with some of the cast, things you just never would have imagined. And, people have not been particularly honest, and that's probably going to come out later in the show. I don't want to do any spoilers, but some of the people that have been on the show a long time, um, if you're not honest, it'll come out eventually. So the truth always prevails, is what I like to say. So I like to stick to my word, be honest, because otherwise, eventually when it comes out, you just look like an idiot.
you look like an idiot. I think, it's hard to remember all the lies that you
Yeah,
tell. I mean,
exactly. That's the thing, when what a tangled web we weave. When you tell one lie, you've got to tell 1,000, and then you don't remember who you've said what to. That's why I just like shoot straight from the hip. It's not always good, but it'll always be honest.
why do you think, because there's really nobody new per se. I mean, this season, like, why do you think we have a group of people that have been at this? Anila's been at it less, sure, but for so many seasons, like, don't they know at this point that, listen, the truth, like you say, always comes out? Like, shouldn't you just show up and be honest and do your job? Like, what goes
Well,
through people's minds?
this season they bring in a great girl, Audra, who is an attorney,
Right.
and she's just a straightforward girl. She's honest. She's not being pretentious. She's not. And I think when a newcomer comes along, sometimes some of the cast like to sort of haze them a little bit and be really mean to them. That's never been my experience. I've always been just, if I like you, I like you. If I don't, I don't. And if I don't like you, I'm not going to be nice to you. But I take people face value. So I met her. She seems great. We had a laugh. She's honest. She's from Ghana. And so we just hit it off. But not everybody gets on well with her. And she has a major altercation with one of the cast members this season.
And we've seen like something already, where like, her profession was, questioned.
Toya questioned her profession, which was extremely rude because she's worked hard to be an attorney. It didn't come easy to her. She had to pass the bar exam. Like, that takes a lot. People don't even, they fail a lot the first time. So I think she's a professional. And I think for Toya to judge her like that was